You wrote an article about this, which I thought was phenomenal. I think you're a phenomenal writer. Like, you are just very good at communicating. Definitely a gift of yours, but you worded it so well about you leave as a slave, but your mindset is still stuck in slavery, and it's a process of learning to be free. And that doesn't change because you left your one location. And that we want to hurry up that process. We want to speed up that process. I know I would love to for that to just happen in a weekend. Like, just God, just change my mindset. And then I realize how long it's taken. But then I look back and I'm like, I see that now. I see how angry I was. I see how stuck I was. I see how afraid I was. And I'm glad, that you're taking me through this process because I wanted all these clients or I wanted this new business to work. But I realize now I wasn't even ready for that. If clients had come at that time, I personally would not have been able to have the conversations then that I'm even having now, and I wish I could see that while I'm there, but it is that process.
It's a complete process, and but everything is process. I mean, that's what we're about is, and I think us going through the process and realizing that it is about, it's always about the journey. It's not about the destination. I mean, it's how to get there. It sometimes takes a while, and you can never tell somebody it's going to take this long because you just don't know. One of the things that has been a theme of learning, and I've heard this recently from a couple of other people, is contentment, and learning that about, like, how to just be okay where you are, um, how to not compare, how to realize that your journey is your journey and it's different from everybody else's journey, and there's no way that you're ever gonna, be like, "Oh, I wanna be out, I should be there, I should be here." And the whole S word is always such a hard thing to kinda get rid of the shoulds and just kinda be where you are. And every time I think about contentment, I always have to go back to, like, the classic verse of Paul talking about, "I found the secret to contentment." Like, oh, everybody's leaning in, like, "Well, that's cool, tell me that." And the things immediately preceding and immediately after are so weird to me because it doesn't almost sound like it fits. Because he's in it, we put that, so he says, I found the secret to contentment. I've had a little and I've had a lot. I've lived with a ton and I've lived with very, very little. And I've found the secret to being content. I can do all things with Christ who gives me strength. And we put the second
Mhm.
half of that on boards and we paint it, and we put it in our house and it's really pretty. And we think, oh, well, that means that I can, whatever I want to do, I can do because God gives me the strength. He's like, no, that means I've been able to be content with a very, very little or a lot. And really lean into that to say, just wherever God's called you to right now in your journey and your process, like, you can do that because Christ has given you the strength to do it. And, like, man, that is a hard context to sit in, but that's what that's about.